It is 1 hour in length, the class, so if you are intending to take that, just be prepared. Mondays and Thursdays, 6:30. Also, Wednesday, September 5th, we're starting Science of Mind 101, The Spiritual Path. I do want to remind everybody that I always offer the very first class for free. You don't have to pay. You can come and check out the class, see what it's all about, and if you would like to continue in the class, then you can pay for the class. Sunday, September 16th, following service, we're going to be doing our next edition of Spiritual Cinema. We're going to be watching the film What the Bleep Do We Know? Which a lot of people probably don't even know that my father worked on that film. Yes, he did some of the, he recorded some of the sound for some of the interviews. Tuesday, September 27th, will be the beginning of the Edinburgh lectures of Thomas Troward. That's Science of Mind 207. That class is an 8-week course. That'll be on Tuesdays. Thomas Troward is one of the heaviest influences on our founder, the founder of this philosophy, Ernest Holmes. And if you are intending to go into practitioner studies, this is a required course. So that starts on Tuesday, September 27th. Is there anyone who has joined us here for the first time today? Welcome. Welcome, and I know you're here for the first time today. This is my mom, everyone, Karen. And she's visiting from Tucson, Arizona, and we've been having a lovely time visiting and enjoying each other's company. I miss her very much. But if you are here for the first time, I do want to take just a moment to say thank you for joining us, bringing your consciousness to this center and helping us expand in many, many ways. There is a mailing list. If you're interested in being on our mailing list, you can sign up for that in the bookstore. Also, we are continuing to look for volunteers for tech positions, sound, camera, you name it, we can probably put you to work. And we're also still looking for more youth mentors to help out with the Dynamic Kids program. If you're interested in those, you can talk to me. Also, we're going to start really pushing forward our social media, and I'm going to make a call for what I'm going to call social media ambassadors. So if you're interested in helping get the word out about this center via social media, involving yourself on Twitter and on Facebook and on YouTube and those kinds of things to let people know what's going on here, please talk to me about that. And if you even if you don't want to be a social media ambassador, check out what's happening on our website, csltoronto.com, as well as Facebook. We're very active on Facebook, and we're about to become really, really active on Twitter. So there. That's all of the kind of news. I do have one more bit of business to take care of. I am very, very committed to the teaching of this principle, and I'm very committed to the teaching of the science of mind. And we are, first and foremost, what I call a teaching center. And I love coming here on a Sunday, and I hope you feel inspired by being here on a Sunday. But if you really want to embody this teaching, class is where that happens. And today we're going to honor someone who has achieved a Science of Mind 200 certificate. So I'm going to ask Judy Southern to come up to the podium. And I'm going to present her with this certificate, which says the Centers for Spiritual Living certifies that Judy Southern has successfully completed the course Science of Mind 200 series. It's dated the 13th of March because that's when it goes in their records, but I am presenting this with you today. So congratulations, Judy. Thank you. She just said, now on to 100. 200 is not a prerequisite for 100. So here we are. We're here on a wonderful. Do you have a rundown for the day? I don't seem to have one. We're here on this beautiful, beautiful Sunday. Of course, I'll change it all up, so it doesn't really matter. Is there? Okay, I'll just keep talking. Welcome again to the. I'll just punt. All right, here we go. Well, let me ask you first of all, why are we here? Why are we here in this center? Why are we here on this planet? Why are we here having this experience in the world? It's just something to consider. Thank you. Now I have two. Woohoo! Do you want this one back? Nope. I also want to say hello to everybody who's joined us online through our live webcast. I know that we have a number of people, including probably my dad. So we come here every Sunday, at least I come here every Sunday to remind myself of the truth. And the truth, the one truth that there is that there is a power, there is an energy in this universe There is an infinite intelligence that is operating throughout the entire universe, and we're all part of that. We're all part of this one spirit, this one power, this one energy. And when we really come into a full realization and embodiment of this, our lives unfold brilliantly. And so that's what I get to celebrate. That's what I choose to celebrate here every Sunday morning. So I trust that you're here for the same purpose. But really think about it. Why do you come here on a Sunday? What are your expectations on a Sunday? Today is all about expectations. And I'm going to do something that nobody is expecting me to do because we have not done this in a long, long time. And I want you to, I want you, as we do this, I know, I said to tennis, I said, be prepared for anything this morning. We don't usually do this because this is something that in past experiences used to make me feel really uncomfortable. But if this makes you feel uncomfortable, just take a look at it. If you feel comfortable with this, take a look at that. But I would like you to say hello to your neighbors. Just take a few minutes, say hello. Zach, do you want to come say hi? Come give me 5. Give me 5. Just give me 5. Awesome. Yes. All right. And so I'll invite everyone to take a breath, go back to your seats. So there's an expectation that comes up. There's a feeling that comes up when you engage in something like that, especially since we haven't done that in a really long time. How did it feel for you? Yeah, it lightened the energy in the room. Can you feel that? Fantastic. So the other thing that you'll not expect is I'm not going to do the reading today. We're not going to do the Declaration of Principles. We're not going to read the joy thing. Do you feel joy today? Yes. Yeah, I'm really mixing it up. And it's all on purpose. It is all on purpose. What I do want you to do is simply sit back in your seat right now. We're going to do our chant, which is actually probably clipped to the front of your songbook because we've not incorporated it into the songbook yet. This is A Light in This World. So I'm going to come up to this microphone because I like singing into this. And so, as we sing this together, simply breathe into this understanding that you are a light. You are a point at which God is expressing fully. And when I talk about God, when I say the word God, I don't mean some man out there sitting on a cloud. I mean the energy that is the creative source behind your entire life, that is the creative source of your good. This is who and what you are. This is who and what you are. You are the light. You are the place at which God is shining through. And so we simply resonate with that idea. I am a light. I am a light. I am a light in this world. I am a light. I am a light. I am a light in this world. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. Let's sing that again. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright, and I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. And so right here, right now, I focus on the one power, the one presence, the one infinite intelligence that is operating through all life. I know that this power, this presence is fully available in this room. It is the energy of this room. It is the energy of all people in this room. It is the energy that goes beyond these walls. It is all there is. And I know that each and every one of us is a perfect, unique, individualized expression of this energy, and we are all creative forces behind this energy. It is unfolding by means of each and every one of us. And in this understanding, I know that my word right now has power, because what I say, based on what I believe, has power. And it is fully grounded in an expectation of good. And so I claim that this service is good. I claim that this time we have chosen to be together is on purpose and with purpose, and each and every person here receives something, receives some benefit in some way. I don't claim to know what that is, but I do know that it occurs. And I simply allow this to unfold easily and effortlessly by means of this thing called service, by means of this celebration that I have chosen to engage in today. And in deep gratitude, I simply release this word and understand that my word spoken is done. I release it, I let it go, I let it be so, as together we say, and so it is. So let's sing I Am a Light again. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. Let's sing, you are a light. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. Let's sing, we are a light in this world. We are a light, we are a light, we are a light in this world. We are a light, we are a light, we are a light in this world. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright. We shine, we shine, we shine. Indeed, we do shine. And to help us shine a little bit more freely today, I'm going to invite Patricia Stewart, who is going to offer us a reading. You're very welcome.
Well, good morning, everyone. How do you approach daily living? As a series of challenges to overcome, or as opportunities to experience life and grow in knowledge and wisdom? Science of Mind teaches us that awareness, or living in the moment, going with the flow, so to speak, makes for a more joyful and peaceful life. Alex Krotowski wrote in The Observer, August 7th, 2011, "Stories are memory aids, instruction manuals, and moral compasses. I have chosen to share a story with you that illustrates the point that how we approach life determines the outcome. The story is entitled Rafting by author unknown. By good fortune, I was able to raft down the Motu River in New Zealand twice during the last year. The magnificent 4-day journey traverses one of the last wilderness areas in the North Island. The first expedition was led by Buzz, an American guide with a great deal of rafting experience and many stories to tell of mighty rivers such as the Colorado. With a leader like Buzz, there was no reason to fear any of the great rapids on the Motu. The first half day in the gentle upper reaches was spent developing teamwork and coordination. Strokes had to be mastered, and the discipline of following commands without question was essential. In the boiling fury of a rapid, there would be no room for mistakes. When Buzz bellowed above the roar of the water, an instant reaction was essential. We mastered the Motu. In every rapid, we fought against the river, and we overcame it. The screamed commands of Buzz were matched only by the fury of our paddles as we took the raft exactly where Buzz wanted it to go. At the end of the journey, there was a great feeling of triumph. We had won. We proved that we were superior. We knew that we could do it. We felt powerful and good. The mystery and majesty of the Motu had been overcome. The second time I went down the Motu, the experience I had gained should have been invaluable. But the guide on this journey was a very softly spoken Kiwi. It seemed that it would not even be possible to hear his voice over the noise of the rapids. As we approached the first rapid, he never even raised his voice. He did not attempt to take command of us or the river. Gently and quietly, he felt the mood of the river and watched every little whirlpool. There was no drama and no shouting. There was no contest to be won. He loved the river. We sped through every rapid with grace and beauty, and after a day, the river had become our friend, not our enemy. The quiet Kiwi was not our leader, but only the person whose sensitivity was more developed than our own. Laughter replaced the tension of achievement. Soon, the quiet Kiwi was able to lean back and let all of us take turns as leader. A quiet nod was enough to draw attention to the things that our lack of experience prevented us from seeing. If we made a mistake, then we laughed, and it was the next person's turn. We began to penetrate the mystery of the Motu. Now, like the Kiwi, we listened to the river, and we looked carefully for all those things we had not even noticed the first time. At the end of the journey, we had overcome nothing except ourselves. We did not want to leave behind our friend, the river. There was no contest, and so nothing had been won. Rather, we had become one with the river. It remains difficult to believe that the external circumstances of the two journeys were similar. The difference was in an attitude and frame of mind. At the end of the first journey, it seemed that there could be no other way. Given the opportunity to choose a leader, everyone would have chosen someone like Buzz. At the end of the second journey, we had glimpsed a very different vision, and we felt humble and intensely happy. Thank you. Namaste.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for that. Perfect, perfect, perfect for today. Perfect. I have to write a note. Perfect. Again, another perfect expression of spirit today is in our music, and this is a brand new song, brand new song that Pierre has written, and it's fantastic. The rehearsal today, I got so excited about this. But please, put your hands together for Pierre and the band and his brand new song.
If your days are long and you're going home thinking, what's the use? You're not living your dreams, and it seems there's always another excuse. Can't understand why the frustration won't die, just follows you wherever you go. Time and again, law of attraction won't end, so learn what you need to know. Some say life happens by chance. I beg to differ. I hold a different stance. You are a creator. You are your life maker. Beliefs held in your mind will appear in your present time. You are a creator. It's just a shift in your consciousness where the intention goes. Energy flow, so it is what it is. The past can't be undone. Bust your heart open wide, a change in the tide has begun. We hold the power to change our lives, to see the world again with new eyes. You are a creator. You are your life maker. Beliefs held in your mind will appear in your present time. You are a creator. Let the stories you tell be of joy in the hell. You're the author of your play. Well, will you write today? It's just a shift in your consciousness where the intention goes. Energy flow. You are a creator. You are your life maker. Beliefs held in your mind will appear in your present time. You are a creator. You are your life maker. You are a creator.
What are you expecting right now? Anything. Expect the unexpected. You are a creator. You are a creator. Are you the creator? No. You are a creator. What is happening in your mind, what is happening in your belief system is creating your experience. That is the core of what we teach. It's the core of what we teach. There's an interesting lyric in here. He says, some say life happens by chance. I beg to differ. I hold a different stance. You are a creator. Now, I don't know where he went. Oh, there you are. So I beg to differ with that just a little bit. Some of your experiences in life do happen by chance. Do you believe that? Some of your experiences do happen by chance. Here's the trick, though. They don't actually happen by chance. There is something that is operating in your belief system back of your conscious awareness that is making these things happen, that is creating the experience for you. We look at it and we think, oh, it's happening by chance. But no, it's something that started in our belief system. Now, when we talk about change your thinking, change your life, change your belief, change your life, we're talking about taking a focused, deliberate approach to life with the understanding that when we do that, we can have, we can do, we can be, we can attract to our experience whatever we want. So, Henry David Thoreau. I didn't see it. It's these quotes that come to me in the middle of service, and I'm sitting here thinking, I'm sure it's Henry David Thoreau. It might be Emerson. Is quoted with, go confidently in the direction of your dreams. It is Thoreau. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you have imagined. Live the life you have imagined. How many of you are doing that? I love that enthusiasm. How many of you are doing that? Great. For the rest of you, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? You know, it's interesting that I led meditation today. You'll notice that I don't have a practitioner here today. I'm the practitioner on duty today. You are a practitioner. Oh, well, I didn't have my own practitioners here on duty today. No, it's fine. Welcome. So I led meditation today, which is not typical. I don't typically lead meditation on a Sunday morning. I usually end up going downstairs and continuing to rehearse music with the band. But it was really a great, perfect morning for me to lead meditation because, first of all, it was what people didn't expect. And since today is all really about expectations, I'm trying to keep everybody on their toes. But the quote that I used, of course, I've now taken it downstairs, basically was an Emerson quote that said, create the path. Create the path. Don't follow the path, create the path. Yes. Of course, now, so I have to, because I want to get it on the camera. Thank you so much. Yeah, because it's from today's reading in the Science of Mind. Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. Go where there is no path and leave a trail. You're in charge. You are in charge. Nobody else. You are in charge of your experience. You are in charge of your life. So again, I'm going to ask you, if you're not living the life you have imagined, what are you waiting for? then I've got some other questions. What do you feel in your life has eluded you? What do you feel is eluded? What has passed you by? And in that regard, are you looking at the bigger picture? Perhaps there's a reason something seems to have eluded you. Success has eluded you. Money has eluded you. That's a big one for a lot of people. They feel that money is hard to get. They feel that money has eluded them in some way, that they cannot have the abundance which is their birthright as expressions of this divine energy. If something has eluded you in your life, you know what the truth is? Do you know how we fix that? You're going to hate this. We call it spiritual mind treatment. A lot of people refer to it as prayer. Now that's what we teach, because spiritual mind treatment is the tool that we use to change our mind. We use spiritual mind treatment to change our mind, thereby changing our belief system, and the beliefs create your new experience. That's all that we're ever trying to do when we pray. We're not supplicating ourselves to some outside God saying, please give me something. No, we're saying, you know what? I am worthy and I am the expression of the divine. So by means of that, I get to experience whatever I want. Whatever I require comes into my experience. That's what treatment is all about. So we're going to start with the big picture today. Because sometimes the big picture is a little difficult to see. We're going to try and clear it up and say that we're going to treat and know right now the big picture is easy to see. What are the big picture things in your life that are operating? Do you have big picture things in your life operating, things like regret? Do you have big picture things like sorrow operating in your life? And then, what are you expecting to gain by holding on to those things? Because if you're holding on to them, you're expecting to gain something from them. Maybe a new understanding. So I'll offer you today, get the understanding and move on. You don't need sorrow. You don't need regret in your life. Have a deeper understanding of what those things that you're regretting or that you feel sorrow over have taught you, and move on. There are things in my life that I could say I regret. I don't. My mom will tell you there are some things that I have done in my life that I'm not very proud of. She's lived through them with me. But do I feel regret over them? No, I learned the lesson. I learned the lesson, and in learning the lesson, I create a new paradigm. I create a new belief. I create a new understanding, and that is what I now experience. So we all get to do that. Because like I keep saying, you are in charge. You're in charge. I love that story. I really love that story. I'm so glad. Yeah, she sent it to me in advance, and I read it, and it really moves me, that story, because it really does set up this understanding. You've got two approaches to the river. You've got two expectations to the same river. How are you approaching the river in your life? Are you approaching it with the idea that it is going to be an exciting or difficult journey full of rapids? Or are you going to approach it with the understanding that there is a calm, effortless ease and flow with which you can master the river? You are in charge. You are in charge of your experience, but it is based in expectation. How are you approaching your experience? So we do talk a lot about God. We talk about the divine. It is technically, on paper, we are a church. We talk about the infinite intelligence, the infinite beingness. It is present. It is a creative power. That is true. It is a creative power. But the power of the infinite does not create without some cause. Cause starts in mind. So I talk a lot about the law of cause and effect. Cause starts in mind. Your mind. Your mind. Whatever's happening in your experience started off as some causative factor in your mind. And this goes to what I talk about a lot, personal responsibility. That you are responsible for your experience, which is not to, and you must hear me, I'm not saying you are to blame for your experience. I am saying you are responsible for your experience. So if you dislike your experience, you get to create a new experience. That's taking responsibility. It's not about beating yourself up and saying, oh, see, because there's the regret. When you start blaming yourself or somebody else for the experiences you're having in your life, then you start living a life of regret. And what is going to happen is that regret goes into the law of cause and effect, creates a new cause, and you live more regret. You live more sorrow. It all starts in your mind. You are in charge. Get in the picture? You are in charge. So, if you're feeling out of control, if you're feeling that there are things that you don't have control of in your life, what's the problem there? So what's going on there? What's happening when that occurs in your life is you have fallen away from being a unique thinker. This is my belief. You have fallen away from being a unique thinker. You're creating based on habit. You're creating based on a subconscious operation of mind. There's this meme that's been going around the internet recently. It's this picture, and it's interesting because I love it. It's a picture of Ernest Holmes. And it's got a quote. Now, I will be totally honest with you. I've not vetted this quote. So, internet sometimes can be a little sketchy. But it's a great quote, regardless of whether Ernest Holmes said it or not. I'm going to trust and know that Ernest Holmes did say this. He said, practically the whole human race is hypnotized because it thinks what somebody else told it to think. Practically the whole human race is hypnotized because it thinks what somebody else told it to think. That is falling away from being a unique, original thinker and allowing your life to operate based on what somebody else's idea of your life should be. So, when that's happening, we're simply repeating patterns. We're repeating patterns of behavior. We're repeating patterns of thinking. We're repeating patterns that create new cause. This cause creates effect. And so if you feel like you're in a downward spiral, like you cannot escape what is happening in your life, look at what you're focused on. Are you focused on the dread? Are you focused on the sorrow? Are you focused on the regret? Or are you stepping into a deeper understanding that you are the creator of your life and you can step up, step out, and explode into this world as the wholeness of your being, that you are meant to be. That is who you are meant to be. Have we simply been repeating these patterns? Have we been hypnotized into believing? I think a lot of, I also want to be very clear. I don't want to stand up here ever and say, you must believe this. I don't want to put you into the hypnotic state of saying, this is what will work for you. This is what works for me. I assume because you're here on some level, it works for you. Even the science of mind is a form of hypnosis. We believe we have the answer, right? Perhaps. So I go back to the question that I started with. If if your life is not the extraordinary life that you have imagined, what are you waiting for? Does that sound like an odd question now? Because really the question is, what are you believing? What are you believing about your life? Because that belief is giving way and creating your experience. And I ask this question in some way or other every time I'm up here on a Sunday. That's really the question I'm asking. What are you believing? Do you have a tendency to recreate past feelings? And if so, why? Do they feel good? And I'm not saying if they do feel good, have at it. Have at it. I love thinking about the past. I really do. I have a lot of great memories. It evokes really great feelings for me. There are some things I choose to not put much focus or attention into. One of the memories that I have that always evokes a really great feeling for me, and is shocking to some parents, because I was quite young. I was probably 7 or 8. I would go to Mendocino, California, which is it's a very small town on the coast out in the redwood forest. It's really, really a beautiful, beautiful place. And my cousins and I would stay with my aunt. And we were 3 boys, all around 7, 8 years old. She would take us into Mendocino. She would go to work, and we would wander around the streets all day long. Which is why I say parents now, can you imagine 7 or 8 years old letting your kids just wander the streets of, But the feeling it evokes in me, when I think about that time, it is so, so present for me. The smell of the sea, the going down to the beach and building forts out of driftwood, going to the candy store and buying those little dots that you get on the paper. I loved those. I loved those. So what is it that is evoking great feeling in you? Either feelings of happiness or feelings of regret. The reason that I ask that is because feeling is the gasoline behind the engine of belief. If you are living in belief, the feeling about that belief, about what it is you are thinking, is what is moving you forward and expressing itself. We talk a lot about feeling within this philosophy, how important feeling is. So what do you feel when you have these memories? There's a gentleman none of you know, I don't think. He was part of the teen program in the Greater Centers for Spiritual Living organization and was a leader within the teen program. And he's grown up in this philosophy. He put something on Facebook not too long ago that I found really fascinating. And he's a friend of mine. I know him. We always see each other at conferences. It's really interesting because we always find time to go off and sit and we chat for hours. His name is Chris Yamas. And he wrote this thing on Facebook, which I thought was so poignant. He says, or he wrote, "When we were kids, we naturally lived in the moment. Often we glorify the past because we are remembering a time when we were more fully in the present, basking in the now." How many of you can think back to your childhood and imagine and feel that feeling of freedom? That comes from this exact thing, that you were living in the now. There was no responsibility necessarily to drag you down. We just naturally let things happen as they happen. Now, do you know that you can do this now in your adult lives? Do you know this? I'm asking the question. How many of you are doing this in your adult lives? That's the bigger picture. How many of you are actually living each present moment, being fully present in the moment? that again goes back to why it's important. For me, meditation is an important tool to ground me in the present moment. That's what I use. What can you use? What part of your spiritual practice will ground you in the present moment? So that's the bigger picture. Now, within the bigger picture are all these little smaller pictures, right? Like those photo mosaics where you've got a picture, a whole bunch of little pictures, and then they put them all together, and when you step back, you see a bigger picture. I love those. They did a whole, well, you all know I love Disneyland, right? I've mentioned it once or twice from up here. For their 50th anniversary, they had a bunch of photo mosaics all over the park that people had sent in their photographs of when they were at Disneyland, and then they created these photo mosaics. So if you went and looked really close, you could see all of these families' photographs from Disney, and then you step back and you would see the Disney characters. It was really cool. So there's the bigger picture. What are you expecting in any given moment is the smaller picture, because these smaller moments are all the things that align to make the bigger picture. What are you expecting in any given moment? Are you expecting that you will receive your good in every moment? Or are you living in an expectation of regret and sorrow? That there may be something that can hold your good away from you. Because if you believe there is something that can hold your good away from you, then there is something that can hold your good away from you. It's your belief. That's what holds it away. The belief that it can be is the belief that holds it away from you. How do you approach every single moment of your life? Do you approach it with dread or with excitement? Do you approach it with the eyes of a child, with the feeling of a child, understanding that every now moment is aligning to create the bigger picture of goodness in your life? So imagine two people. See, this is what your reading was so perfect today. Imagine two people approaching the same event. See, this is why it's so perfect. One filled with dread, one filled with excitement. What is the person who is filled with excitement going to experience? Excitement. What is the person filled with dread going to experience? In the same experience. How many of you are approaching things with dread? And can you turn it around? Can you turn dread into excitement? Usually we dread things because we've learned to live in fear. And there is a culture of fear that is pervasive. If you watch the news, well, actually I should, because if you watch the news in the States, because I don't experience it quite as much when I watch the news here in Canada, but if you watch the news that comes from the States, boy, is that a culture of fear. And they are pounding it in and saying, you must live in fear. The world is something to be afraid of. And I don't experience it to the degree here that I did experience it in the States. Now, what happens, because I do still watch the news. I still love the news. I love politics. I love watching all the political stuff that's going on. But when you are watching the news, and the news is telling you deliberately to live in fear, what is your reaction? What is the best thing you can do? You can turn it off. You can switch to another channel. What I choose to do, I choose to add to the opposite feeling in the world. I choose to add to the love in the world. By use of my own mind, I treat. When I see some horrible thing that's happened in the world, I treat in that moment. I treat for love. I treat for peace. I treat for harmony. Because where my mind is, I have access to the universal mind because it's all one thing. And when I treat in my own mind, I am affecting the entire world. And so are you. That's why I say it is so important for us to be on top of living in the now moment and being conscious and deliberate about what is happening in our experience and in our mind. Ernest Holmes writes, you must give conscious direction to the law of cause and effect. You must definitely expect it to respond. You must expect it to respond. When you say the law within you, do this, you must know it is going to do it. You must believe. There must be no doubt in your consciousness. For the power, the presence, and the law are one and the same thing. And the creative imagination of your own thought is the director of your destiny. So how you approach the world is how you affect the world. So approach the world with love. Approach the world with peace. Ernest Holmes is pretty direct in that statement. You must. He says must. 1, 2, 3, 4. At least 4 times. Well, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You must. You must have an expectancy. You must be deliberate. You must be specific. Because if you're not, then you're allowing your mind to go back into the subconscious, the subjective things that are habits that are operating that you're not even really aware of going on. If you are not consciously in charge, you are allowing your subconscious to rule. And that is living in a hypnotized state. You're allowing the patterning of your subconscious mind to rule. So today's talk I called Mama Said There'd Be Days Like These. Which I came up with the title because I knew my mom was going to be in town, right? Mama said there'd be days like these. To what degree are you accepting what your mama told you? No offense, Mama. To what degree are you accepting what the world around you is telling you? Because if you don't agree with what's happening in the world, it is your responsibility, it is your responsibility to make change. You have the ability to respond in a new way. And that is what I task each and every person who comes through these doors with, to understand that you have the ability to respond in a different way. And to create a new world. A world that works for everyone. So today I invite you to wake up to this new world. Allow this new world to be your experience. And within that, to expect only good. And in that expectation, to be deliberate about it. Namaste. This center is truly a blessed place. I am blessed to have a community. I am blessed. I will say, I personally am blessed by this community. And I trust that you are blessed by the community that we've created here. One of the ways that we express our blessings is through the offering, which is what we're going to do right now. You will see that many of us will put our popsicle sticks into the basket as it goes around. This popsicle stick is a representation for those of us who are involved in the Count Me In program, which is our pre-authorized debit program. Our offerings are automatically taken out of our bank account. And if you're interested in becoming a part of the pre-authorization program, you can speak with me, or you can speak with Tanis, too, our treasurer. Wave your hand. For those of you who don't know Tanis, there's Tanis. It's a great way of ensuring that this center is operating and always has what it requires to operate. But here's the other thing. It all starts with my consciousness as the leader of this center. And if I believe on any level that we don't have what we need to operate, then we won't have what we need to operate. And I trust and know that we always have what we need to operate brilliantly and effectively in this world. So I do want to say thank you for whatever it is you are giving today. As the baskets go around, we're going to sing our song, I Love, again, which is on the cover, the page that is clipped to the outside of your songbook. And as I always say every week, please, whatever it is you give, please give from the heart and not out of a feeling or sense of obligation. Because what you give moves forward. It just simply moves through the center to create a better world beyond the walls of this center. So if you'd like to stand and we can celebrate the giving with our song, let's hit it. Resonate with this understanding that there is one power that is operating through this center, for it is operating through all of life, all of creation. It is the core of who and what we are. We are all expressing with this creative power, as this creative power. And so I give great thanks for what it is that has been received here today, and I bless it, knowing that this is simply a stop in a greater journey of this energy, this perfectly aligned energy that is expressing itself by means of money for the highest good of this center. And in gratitude, I trust and I know that this bounty is perfectly used. This bounty is subject to the wisdom of the Board of Trustees of this center, and they do use it wisely. And so in gratitude, I simply let this be the truth as I release my word, knowing it is done right here, right now. I let it be so, as together we say, and so it is. Thank you. So in this spirit of gratitude, this service happens because of everyone who comes together to make this service happen. And I am so grateful to everyone who shows up ready and willing on a Sunday morning, starting with our setup team, who today was Scott and Tony. Our greeters today were Wim and Gail. Patricia, oh, that reading. You slayed me with that reading. Thank you so much. Oh. In the bookstore today, Terry, it's so funny, because they give me a list, right? They wrote Practitioner Jonathan. So I'll thank myself for being the practitioner today. Our board members today who have now gone downstairs, Susan and Jim. The musicians, our musicians. Pierre, Tanis, Patrick, Rudy, and Brian. On camera today, Linda, and she's operating the webcast, so she ensures that we go out to the world. Also, I want to thank Brian and Tony, who are working on the sound booth today. And Lucy, I will always give you special props and a special thank you because you clean this place. Oh, how lovely. Well, thank you. Thank you. So, is there anyone I've missed? I want to thank my mom for being here. I'm so glad. I will tell you that she had wanted to come to my installation, but being the world traveler that she was in Mongolia at the time, so you can ask her all about her trip during fellowship. And I do want to remind you, we do have fellowship following the service in the lobby. So let's take this moment just to breathe, reflect on what we've heard today. You know, I'll switch. So I went to the Centers for Spiritual Living retreat. As you all know, I spoke at length about it last week at the Asilomar conference, where we have the retreat every year. And I'm so excited to be able to bring some new music that you've maybe not heard in the center. Don't look in your songbooks for this one because you won't find it. But it's a very simple chant, so when you catch on, you'll be able to sing it. But as we go into this moment, take a breath. Take this time to recognize that you are living in a now moment. You are here. You are the means by which this divine energy is expressing life. And when we give over to that idea, when we surrender to that idea, our lives unfold brilliantly, easily, effortlessly. I surrender. I trust and I know that as I surrender, I fall into the arms of love. I surrender. I trust and I know that as I surrender, I fall into the arms of love. Let's sing that again. I surrender. I trust and I know. I trust and I know that as I surrender, that as I surrender, I fall into the arms of love. I fall into the arms of love. And so in this moment, I simply relax into this deeper understanding of a principle of unity. I recognize that there is one power, one presence, one infinite intelligence that is operating through life. I give over to the deeper deeper embodiment of this perfect energy, understanding that it is flowing through me, it is expressing as me, it is flowing through each and every person here, it is expressing as each and every person here, it is flowing through all of life and all of creation. And I surrender to this idea with a deep understanding and knowledge that as I surrender to it, everything unfolds perfectly. I deliberately focus my mind on only the things I choose to experience. With purpose and on purpose, I claim my good, and I claim the good for every single person here, knowing that this is what is transforming the entire world. It is starting right here by means of us, and it is moving beyond these walls out into all of creation. I surrender to this idea with gratitude, with a heart full of joy, with a heart full of love. Unconditional love is at the center of all of this. And with this, I simply release. I let go. I let God. I let it be so, as together we say, and so it is. I surrender. I trust, and I know that as I surrender, I fall into the arms of love. I surrender. I trust, and I know that as I surrender, I fall into the arms of love. I fall into the arms of love. And so it is. And so let's take this wonderful feeling, let's take it out into the streets today, and we're going to celebrate with our final song, Peace Like a River, which is number 10. Number 10 in your songbooks.
Like a river, I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river in my soul. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river in my soul. I got joy like a fountain. I got joy like a fountain. I got joy like a fountain in my soul. I got joy like a fountain. I got joy like a fountain. I got joy like a fountain in my soul. I got love like an ocean. I got love like an ocean. I got love like an ocean in my soul. I got love like an ocean. ocean. I got love like an ocean. I got love like an ocean in my soul. Nice and quiet now. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river in my soul. I got peace like a river. I got peace, oh yes, like a river. I got peace like a river in my soul. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river in my soul. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river in my soul.
Have a great week, everyone.